Let's cross over to Nakuru, where a little bit earlier on I had hinted Ibrahim Karanja is set to join us from Moi Kabarak. And this is a school that is an academic giant in this particular region. Perhaps going by the 2021 KCPE examination results, what can we say is the matter and the facts on the ground when it comes to their performance? Karanja, if you can hear me.
Well, Jesse, it is another year of superb performance at the Moi Primary School, Kabarak, in Rongai constituency, Nakuru County. Amongst the schools today that is priding in having one of its top students mentioned by Education Cabinet Secretary Professor George Magoha as a student number 5 in the entire country. This is a student who scored 425 marks, leading the pack of about 246 candidates who sat the 2021 KCPE exams from this exam center. And so far, according to the teachers who I met, compiling the results, at least 66 students have garnered over 400 marks so far out of the 246 who are registered. So quite a good performance. I want to speak to the teachers who have been busy since that time the results were officially released. Up to now, they are still compiling. Actually, what they are stating is we are at 66 and counting, meaning they are expecting lots and most of students garnering in excess of 400 marks. Let me speak to the school's deputy principal right now, who will give us the details of everything as compared to 2020 and now 2021. Sir, thank you so much for speaking to us on KTN News. We found you compiling results. Immediately you burst into celebrations, talking about 66 students so far, scoring 400 and above, and one of your students are coming up in the top 10 students in the country. That must be feeling amazing.
That's very amazing, as you put it. We want to thank God so very much for that sterling performance that he has given us today. Registering a candidate in the top 10 in the country, that's a real achievement. And we want to congratulate our teachers and our staff for the concerted effort they put together to make sure that we achieve this excellent performance in the KCPE 2021 performance. As you have rightfully mentioned, we had a total candidature of 246 candidates. Our leading candidate so far has garnered 425 marks, ranking the 5th nationally, and that is a great achievement in the recent past. So far, we are doing 66 400s. Our candidates, 66 of them scoring 400 marks and above. Results are still streaming in, so we are likely to score beyond that as time goes by. And we want to congratulate them a great deal. They have done us proud, and we thank you so very much for the excellent performance that you have showed in this year's performance.
Give us the details of your top student, the one mentioned in the top 10 list, and also talk to us about the target you had. I'm sure even as you are taking the candidates through learning in the entire year, you had a target you had set for yourself. Do you see yourself beating that particular target?
The leading candidate is Emmanuel Kiplagat, who scored 425 marks. The second candidate is Malcolm Murimi, who scored 424 marks, and the list continues. We had a target of around 100 400s. So us having been at 66 now and still counting, even if we miss it, we shall not be far from it. Thank you. Let's do a comparison between KCPE 2020 and KCPE 2021, or basing on performance by individual candidates as well as the the mean score for the previous year. How do you see yourself performing so far, even as results are still trickling in? Last year we had a mean score of 386, and so our target by all means was to beat that mean score. So we are still waiting and see how we shall perform. We hope that by the end of it all, we shall supersede it and go beyond it.
Sir, tell me your name, and then if you will allow me to speak to some of the class teachers if they are here.
Thank you. My name is Mr. Daniel Mtende, the deputy head teacher. On behalf of Mr. Nelson Kipto, our head teacher, he will catch up with us shortly, and I believe he'll also get some time to talk to the nation. Can I speak to the class teachers? Please.
Well, can I have some of the class teachers for that particular candidate's class? You are the two of you, and she's speaking of gender. So you are the champions of the day. You have produced one of the top candidates in the country. You are also right now at 66 400 and counting. How do you feel? Let me start with you, Madam. Tell us your name and how exactly you feel and what you expected of your class.
My name is Madam Bethsheba Okemwa. I was the class teacher, class 8 green. This is a very humbling performance. Indeed, our prayers have been answered. We are very grateful to God for this. Our pupils have made us proud, and wherever they are across this nation, we want to register our appreciation and congratulations to them.
Is this what you expected of your class? Have they surpassed your expectations? Are they still below what you expected?
As it has been mentioned earlier by the Deputy Principal, we are still expecting more. So it will be too early for me to say that we have exceeded our expectations or we are way behind our expectations. We are yet to get the final result and rightfully say that, yes, we've attained our target.
Thank you so much. Let me speak also to the other class teacher of that particular class. You were actually dancing the most. Why is that?
Omondi Morris is my name. I was the class teacher 8 Purple for that reason. I had the English department, and as things stand, you can see what we have. Kabarak is our name. It is a brand. As expected, we only have about 80 or 90 of our candidates. Out of 240, that's a big number. And before the end, if the candidate is big, you don't expect them to roll out at once. So we expect to get more than 80 or 100, 400 marks. And this class was great. Actually, that is what we expected. This quiz of the moderation brought it back to 428. Having 425, you can calculate the difference. And the number of 400s will tell. So as Kabarak, we are proud. That is where we are.
You said you are a teacher of English. As we wind up this particular interview, Professor Magoha said nationally, like it has been, girls have been performing better in terms of languages, English and Swahili, while boys have performed better in STEM subjects. How is it here in Kabarak?
Not an exception, but in Kabarak it is an equal thing, 50-50. Our boys do equally well in English, because what we have, we can see scores of 90s. We have got boys and we have got girls. Remember, we were the best in English nationally last year, and here we are. Headed for that.
Thank you so much. Well, Jesse, you have had it. I was speaking to the deputy head teacher at Moi Primary School, Kabarak, Daniel Mutende, as well as the two of the class teachers who were teaching that particular class. Do we still have one more class teacher? How many streams do we have? So that we be fair. We do not leave one stream out. Sir, tell us your name. Give us your sentiments about this year's performance, and especially comparing it to last year.
Nashukuru. Mimi nazungumza katika lugha safi ya Kiswahili. Jina langu ni Mwalimu Joseph Kioko, na ukweli mambo ni kwamba tunashukuru Mungu sana kwa ajili ya matokeo ya mwaka huu. Kikweli ni kwamba wanafunzi hao wamefanya kazi nzuri sana. Ukilinganisha pia na miaka iliyotangulia, wao pia wamefanya kazi yao vizuri. Kiwango kikubwa cha wanafunzi wamepita katika somo la Kiswahili kama vile vile katika somo la Kiingereza. Kwa hivyo tunawapongeza sana huko kote waliko. Kazi nzuri imefanyika.
Tuzungumze kuhusu lugha. Najua hamjapata nafasi hiyo ya kuweza kuangalia matokeo yote na kusema kwamba mwaka uliopita tulifanya hivi, lakini kwa hao ambao tayari mmepata matokeo, lugha ya Kiswahili, maana tushazungumza kuhusu lugha zote mbili, tuzungumze kuhusu Kiswahili pekee. Kabarak, unaona kama imefanya vipi?
Katika Kiswahili wamefanya kazi nzuri sana. Maana kufikia sasa wale ambao tumewaona, alama za A nyingi tu. Alama nyingi sana za wanafunzi wavulana kwa wasichana. Kwa hivyo kadri ingawa wanasema kwamba wasichana wamekuwa wakifanya vyema sana zaidi katika Kiswahili, hapa hali imekuwa ni nyingine. Wavulana kwa wasichana wote wanakabana koo katika lugha ya Kiswahili. Kwa hivyo tunashukuru kwamba kazi nzuri inafanyika, tunajenga Kiswahili pia hapa katika taifa hili. Naam.
Thank you so much. And as I went up with you, Deputy Head Teacher, you have more candidates now sitting for the 2022 KCPE coming up. How many do you have, and what is the target, and what would you tell them as compared to the performance of the 2021 KCPE results?
As expected, we shall be having around 255 candidates in 2022. That's a slightly bigger number than this year. And as per this performance, we expect them to be higher and higher. We don't expect them to go anywhere lower than this year's performance.
Thank you.
So we cheer them on. We tell them this is the way to go. This is Kabarak, the best school in East and Central Africa.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Well, that had to come in from Kabarak, Moi Primary School, Kabarak here in Nakuru County. Celebrations after the results of KCPE exams 2021. Of course, you had it from Education Cabinet Secretary Professor George Magoha giving the breakdown of the top 10 students. Kabarak having number 5, 425 marks out of the possible 500 marks, 3 marks short of the first candidate, who also happens to be from Nakuru County, from a school within Nakuru County. So yes, Jesse, we keep our eyes on the results across the country and especially especially here in Nakuru, we shall be making sure that you get each and every angle, each and every important aspect, especially in regards to the performance of the KCPE 2021 exams. Jesse.
Well, Ibrahim Karanja, thanks for that update. And definitely the teachers right there and members of the faculty are definitely in celebration, bearing in mind they have 66 over 400 candidates so far and counting. That's really proper. And they equally produced the top 5 candidate, the number 5 candidate in the national examinations. Well, we'll continue taking a look at what to expect from various regions in the country. Let's cross over to Embu right now, where my colleague is joining us from Tenri Primary School in Embu.